Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about HOMEWORX Praline Pecan. Now, I purchased this candle from the Slatkin & Co. website probably about 3 weeks ago now. And unfortunately, when I went to do this review, I noticed that it is currently showing as being sold out on the Slatkin & Co. website. I hope that they do a restock of this at some point during the fall or winter season because spoiler alert, this is a great fragrance for the cooler winter months. No surprise, you guys, it's a gourmand that HOMEWORX does very, very well. Now, I have had this candle in the past, and for whatever reason, I thought that I had already done a dedicated review on this, but when I looked through my catalog of candle reviews here on the channel, apparently there is not one. So I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and do this review anyways, so that way, if it does make a return, either onto the website, if it shows up at QVC, or I do know it's not happening so much where I live, at least here in Arizona. The discount retailers, we're talking like Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Home Goods. I know that over on the East Coast, a lot of you guys are noticing that the HOMEWORX candles are once again starting to show up in those stores. But so far out west here, where I live at least, I have not seen them in store. So I figure it would still be good to do a review on this one. So that way, in case you come across it in the wild, you can have my thoughts about it, or maybe you can keep an eye out for it in those stores. So this specific candle that I am reviewing has a pour date of March 9th, 2024. You are going to want to keep that in mind, particularly with HOMEWORX candles. If you are new to the home fragrance, the candle community here, HOMEWORX candles, it is my opinion, and it has been my experience, that more than any other candle brand that I typically purchase from, which those tend to be 100% soy wax, HOMEWORX is a different wax blend than say like Kringle or Caramel Sundays, which are the other brands that I cover a lot here on my channel. HOMEWORX candles, the longer that they sit on the shelf, they get a little bit stronger. That has been my experience. Now, not everybody agrees with that theory, and that's totally fine. But for me personally, that has been my experience. So when I give you a pour date of a candle, always keep that in mind. I am actually uploading this video. I'm planning sometime around the last week of September, early October of 2025. So this candle was poured well over a year and a half ago now at this point, which is why might explain some of the experience that I'm having with it. As we can see, it is one of their standard 4-wick 18-ounce vessels. These typically retail for about $30. You guys know you never have to pay that price. And as always, it has this beautiful photographic wraparound label that you can see how well it illuminates once the candle is burning. So, fragrance notes on this candle are pecan, creamy toffee, whipped vanilla, and almond butter. All right, this fragrance, you guys, if you are a gourmand lover and you like a very well-rounded, nutty type of fragrance, this one is for you. I personally actually don't really like, I don't really like pralines or pecans to eat. I don't like a pecan pie. I don't like that. But the fragrance on this candle is so warm. It's nutty. It's cozy. It pairs beautifully with a lot of other candles that are in my fall and winter collection. So like I said, right now I'm burning this in fall, and I have loved pairing this with Kringle's, what is it called? The pumpkin waffles. That's been a great blend. You can blend this with a lot of like vanilla fragrances, any kind of pumpkins. I can also see this one going really nicely with maybe some tree fragrances as we transition into the winter holiday season. It's a very, very nice fragrance. My nose predominantly smells some pecan, but that whipped vanilla in here, as well as like an almond butter and a creamy toffee, those notes in there lend a slight amount of sweetness in here, but it keeps it from getting cloying. It's a very, very well-balanced fragrance. That's the best way that I can put it. There is sweetness to it, But again, it's not overly sweet that you would think that this is going to be headache inducing or that it even really smells artificial. I have mentioned this several times that I believe that Harry Slatkin's knack for gourmand fragrances in particular. I mean, let's just be honest. Harry Slatkin's nose is really, really good. It's why I continue to purchase from the HOMEWORX brand. It's why I've stuck with them over the years, even when they had some performance issues, like when we were dealing with wick issues and all that stuff. It's why I just can't give up on the brand, is because the blends that Harry comes up with are just so it's funny, they're not overly conceptual, they're just so dang good. Like, that's the best way that I can put it. And I feel like also the type of wax formula he uses, I usually don't get the experience with HOMEWORX candles like I can get sometimes, say, with other brands like, say, Bath and Body Works, or even when I was briefly burning from Goose Creek. Sometimes their wax formula can make candles smell like some of these gourmand candles. They can almost lean too artificial to my nose. Now, that's just my nose. I know that there's a lot of people who love those brands and love those fragrances, and so I'm not knocking you, but all of our noses detect different things. And one of the things that I think I genuinely appreciate about HOMEWORX is that I have yet to really encounter gourmand fragrances from the line. Even if they're not my favorite fragrances, it's usually because those scents just don't appeal to my nose, as opposed to them just smelling overly artificial. And so where I'm going here is that this fragrance just smells like an authentic, like you're baking a pecan pie. Now, my husband loves pecan. You don't get any of the, like, you don't get like a crust note or anything like that, but it's just that sugary goodness that is the middle of a pecan pie. And again, this fragrance is just, it goes beautifully with a lot of other fragrances during this time of year. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. So you can see this one is a hot burner. You know, a lot of the 2025 pours for the HOMEWORX brand have been pretty hot and fast burning candles. So I'm a little bit surprised with this one having been an early 2024 pour that this is what I'm encountering. Now, I did have a couple of candles, now that I look back on 2024, that did burn pretty hot and fast. So maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but this one is burning pretty hot, pretty fast. Strength and throw on this one is also a good, it's very good, you guys. This is a good solid 8 in terms of strength and throw. Definitely fills up my open concept areas of my home. Almost a little bit too strong, to be honest with you guys, to put in the closed concept bedrooms. Now, that is for my own personal preferences. If you are new to my channel, one, I do always list in the description box of every candle review that I do the square footage, environmental factors, age, all that kind of stuff of my home. So that way you can compare it to your home layout, maybe your living space, to see if, you know, just to at least gauge where I'm coming from when I determine a candle's strength and throw. The other thing that I do always want you guys to know is that I, unlike a lot of other people in the fragrance community, I actually don't always want my fragrances to smack me in the face, be like 10 out of 10 strength. My comfort zone with a lot of candles is usually anywhere between, I would say an 8 is usually my happy spot. So when I give a candle an 8, just know that for me personally, I am very pleased with the performance of a candle at an 8. It means that I am definitely able to smell it. I'm not going nose blind to it. I'm not having to, you know, kind of sniff through the air, which I guess that would be going nose blind. It's definitely present, but it's not so strong that when people walk into my home, they say, "Can you please blow that out? It's too strong for me." I do have a lot of friends and family who are very sensitive to fragrance. And so for me personally, I do always try to keep that in mind. So always like to put that out there in case you are new to my channel and you're trying to determine when I give a candle's strength and throw. Just take those things into account. But overall, you guys, this fragrance does get 2 thumbs up from me. I actually would repurchase this fragrance in the future if it makes a return, because again, like I said, I feel like it pairs so nicely. It's just a really versatile fragrance. The other thing that I did want to say on the wicks for this candle, as well as if they re-pour these with like a 2025 pour date, you may want to limit the burn times on this candle to no more than 4 hours, I would say, because while the wicks are not accruing a lot of excess carbon. You can see here, they're not like those like really thick wicks. You will want to trim them because the wicks may lean over into the wax pool and then you can risk losing wicks. So want to be aware of that. So if this candle does return to the Slatkin & Co website, I do have an affiliate discount code with them. My discount code there is KATIESJOYFULLIFE. It should save you 15% on orders over $40. Sometimes that code works when they are running a sale. Other times it does not. I will always tell you whatever savings you can get, maximize your savings every day that ends in Y, whether that's with a better code that's available on the website, or if you are comfortable using affiliate codes and that's what will work for you at that time, then I have a code available. So please hit thumbs up if you found this review helpful. Let me know in the comment section down below if this is one of the candles that you have loved from the brand. I do plan to bring more dedicated reviews to you guys this week from a couple of other brands. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do want to say thank you so very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.